So we can alter it. Need to find our cabin boy. So they have something to buck. I'm just joking. It's always funny that like the cabin boy is basically the guy that does all the chores and like does all the stuff, like all that stuff, while everyone else is doing the ship. Like navigate, you know, doing all the ship stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised what they did to cabin boys, especially the younger ones back in the day. I can only imagine, especially being away for months, like months on even years on end sometimes on a boat. Like I don't know. I'm surprised. Like I guess it was superstition for like bad luck for a woman to be on board, but it would be like I'm surprised that they didn't just put a winch on board for the men. Like, well, I guess that would, yeah, people would get diseases real easily. I guess if no one had a disease, then the disease, I don't know, is that possible? Can you not, I wonder, I guess you could get a yeast infection. There's ways to get there's ways to get infections even if someone doesn't start off with a disease, but you wouldn't like get AIDS or HIV or like any of those diseases, like certain diseases that are only spread via, like if somebody has them. But I guess there are certain diseases, but like you would think like they would like hire a winch or something to be on board instead of a cabin boy. Well, I mean, that's not what cabin boys are used for. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? They would have like a woman on board that would like cook and clean for the men and then just be like, you know, like just like an onboard prostitute. Like, just imagine, like, those men. Well, that's why the men were so rowdy after 3 months on the ocean, 6 months on the ocean. You imagine? Oh, God. It'd drive most men mad. It's probably why it was the worst job back then. Well, most people were conscripted, especially, like in England and stuff like that. Like either you went to jail for doing something, or you got conscripted into the Navy. Because nobody wanted to go to the Navy. Like people would rather get shot on land and be in the army. So what was in here? This thing, okay, I have an issue with this thing. It goes too fast. So when you're trying to like navigate over stuff, it's hard to. Is it kind of a investigate experience of not novice? Ooh, I should have talked to those people. They're supposed to be people I was supposed to talk to. We'll do that in a second. Yeah, 2 people I was supposed to talk to. It says not novice. I need the cabin boy. It's a nice boat. It'd be cool. Like, I love boats like this. I wish they would make another like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There needs to be more. That's what. There's not enough pirate games, like Black Flag style games. Assassin's Creed Black Flag games, and there's not enough dragon games where you ride the dragon and have like RPG like style video games. Those would be like big sellers, I think. And there's not enough of them. I mean, just. He said there was 2 people to talk to. Where are they? Is that who these are? Is that 2 of the people? Maybe that's where the maybe the 2 people I'm looking for, that's where they're at. Let's check. I figured they would be helping take care of the boat. Oh. Here's one of them. Oh, well, there you go. There wouldn't be a woman on board. Dude, if there was a woman on board, there would be so much rape and pregnancy. There just would be. That's the problem. Like, you would need someone actually dedicated to like servicing the men, like having sex with them, if there was, or like, I wouldn't say there can't be a situation where there would be a woman on board and the men would not stay off of her, But at the same time, if you had a woman on board and there was just months and months on end at sea, like it just eventually would happen. Like men would just, it's too big of a temptation. Sorry.
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who was gone missing.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Are
sorry.
you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Think we found a murderer. Whether intentional or not. This is a storeroom, but it's got a whole bunch of beds. It's gonna throw me off. That throws me off. Like the other one. The same. It's the same pretty much, so. Alright, so the other guy is at the tavern, it would seem. We already did that. Why does it say discover where to find Constantine? Already found Constantine. Must be glitched in the questing.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last
You
night.
sure left, man.
But it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered. And no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age? Hair down to his neck, light brown? Blue eyes? Quite the talker?
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his daughter her allowance, it would seem.
Oh, fuck you.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Well, we already found Constantine. I think it's funny.
This furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Alright, where is Bert? Okay, down by the docks. Yeah, I think his friend chucked his body in the ocean. Why he killed him, I don't know. But the lady said while she was drunk she heard the voice. So she thought she was imagining it, but I'm guessing she didn't. So now that I see these awesome boats, the graphics, like the design on this, the game isn't half bad. It looks pretty decent. You know? The boat looks pretty cool. Makes me want to climb all over it, Assassin's Creed style, and you know, pilot it. Just looking for loots. Love me some loot. Something about an RPG and loot. I don't know. Gets the collector in me. Love my loot. I see all these red barrels and I just want to blow them up. Cool. Okay. So we have reviving powder.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mess too, don't you?
He didn't do it.
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
What do you think about Captain Baskin?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Strange story that...
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Alright, outside the bar says there's a guy that plays cards all day. Nice thing is there's no load screens between like going in and out of bar and all that stuff. Wait, talk to that guy again? Please tell me he's not gonna tell me to fix his shit. I like the look of this guy. This guy's nice armor.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
No, I haven't been able to sort them out.
In that case, you need to pay me, my lady.
Whatever, just...
Here you are, to cover your
Excellent. On his books, mate. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellow.
What kind of business?
Several. In any case, if...
Thank you for the information.
Off with. Anything else?
I am looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who has been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I
Wait,
would have noticed.
that other guy just got
That
kidnapped.
doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see.
Like
An able-bodied
Constantine got
man passes
kidnapped.
his time lightening the pouches
Excuse
of
me.
sailors coming
Constantine got kidnapped
Where
in your
might I
place.
find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
That
you?
seems comically
I
big.
don't recognize you.
It's
Am
got
I
the
in your
disease.
debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in.
Seems
with a
like it
band
comes out of their
strong
eyes.
arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
Oh.
No, my lady, you're in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Okay.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
It was the house I was able to
This
go
man
into.
is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from life?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Unless it's his child. Maybe he found out he's a love child. Maybe maybe his son ran away. I don't know. Be a interesting combination of things. Thick fishing bowl. I still find it funny
Might
that
I
he just
help
come
you,
in.
my lady?
Oh, now
I
she
would
wants to
like
say
have
something.
a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Surprised she wasn't there and didn't turn you away. This house has one bottom floor and one top floor. That's it.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lady de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy.
Looks like we're all
According to
surrounding her.
witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
Boys,
I
draw
see.
swords.
I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirm that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This
Something's off
horrible,
still.
constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious...
That's a little annoying. Like, I need to not move. We gotta wait until the dialogue's over. Sometimes they cut off, like... I mean, it's not uncommon for... I mean, even... I know this is a fake game, but like back in the 1800s, the... like, merchant ships even, and stuff would like... people just would be pressed into service. If you had gambling debts or whatever, they would just steal people, put them on a ship. Because once you're on the boat, you're out there. They're not turning the boat around. You're out there for months. And it's like, well, if you don't do your job, you get chucked overboard. You don't get food. You're starved to death. Whatever. So you gotta work. But the fact that when he's back to land, he doesn't like. Something doesn't feel right.
Madam?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Oh, how I would like my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here. Let's go talk to him.
That time it didn't cut out, but it seems like if I go too fast, too quickly or something, their dialogue cuts
Your
off.
Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning.
It's not that
worried
sordid.
both your father and me.
They're not like selling them into slavery.
My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I am sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when... ta-da! My fair cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsillon. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child, due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
Well, that's different.
No, that pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance. Via ships.
So
Do you
he's...
mean he would have offered up his own son in
Yeah.
exchange for wealth?
It's his own fucking fault. That's what I'm talking about.
The birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nauts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is...
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Yeah, I disagree with the fact the king can just sign away other people's children into a contract, which seems like a thing that was in the past, but they put an end to it. It seems like these individual contracts can still be put into use, which I don't know why. Like, yeah, it's like, and they're not even putting him. It seems like he's not into a life of servitude. It's like, you know, it's in payment. We'll do a service for you. You know, we need people to work our ships. You know, mistreating and abuse obviously shouldn't be tolerated, but it's gonna be it's somewhat of a hard life. But it seems like it wasn't that terrible. He also gets paid. Even as cabin boy, it's not like the lady said, it's not a whole bunch of money, but he's still being paid. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's broken. Like, unfortunately. Luckily, we finished it. We have Constantine, so I don't think it's a big issue. But most times, if you skip to a later part of a quest, like a quest can trigger, like, either like you start a quest in the city and get the beginning of a quest, or the quest can trigger if you run into it in the middle of the forest kind of scenario. Then usually unless you can, there's certain quests, I guess, do it. Okay, usually like wipes that, like if there's like 10 stages to a quest, and if you skip to stage 3, the first 2 stages go away, you know. Unless like there's something important, like you can negotiate a price or something, then maybe you can return to stage 2 and do something. But like, yeah, I found Constantine. The barkeep should skip straight to, oh, you found Constantine. He was here the other day, and he should have been like, well, he owes me, you know, and he should have had lines or something. But like I said, AA game. I'm not going to hold it against them too much. They always have that funny note to the attention of the servant. Alice, I would like you to prepare several meals and bring them to the warehouse we own on the canal. My husband will have to work there with his clerk. It's been for a few days, so make sure that there's enough food for everyone. Discreet, we do not want other families to know about what is happening.
This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a pic?
Yeah, maybe it's not even me moving. It seems like there's an audio bug. It just cuts off like a microsecond before it should.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiries yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Oh,
With
I guess.
Respect, my lady.
Guess we cannot inquire further. So they have docks. While we're here, let's go ahead and turn this into the ambassador dude on the other side. Yeah, you think we produced more carbon I'm gonna get political here, but it's just funny. Look at this place. This is this is even like a little bit like the 1800s. You think we produce more carbon nowadays? Fuck off.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say that I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
Oh, it's not. Oh, level 3. Alright, so your HP goes up. Right. Next point, level 4. So 1 point at level 4. Wonder what the max level is. So, I mean, if I want guns, I'm gonna have to save a point. Be saving that. It's going the right way. I just, every time I walk near a hot fire, I can like imagine how hot it is. Loot. Tons of ammo.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
A handful of underlings don't scare us away. Right, cousin?
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Nothing? Okay.
Lady de Sade, what are you doing here?
I have come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have locked him up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You're far too young to understand the way we feel.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Nords. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in this story. Don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You were not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Nords.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Is it a lifetime contract? Is he not allowed to visit? Like, he comes to the city. Now that is he not allowed to come see them? He might not come see them because he doesn't like them anymore. He's angry at his father for having done it to him. Sold him into slavery, not slavery, but I guess. Oh, that's not true. He's getting paid, but he doesn't have a choice of.
So it's here that our man keeps his son. Fathers.
Where is his son? Wow. It doesn't have a key.
Locked.
Who are you?
My name is Desardet. I'm legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay, 5. So he might not have known
Barely
his parents.
remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Nords. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to your ship. I will see you there.
Yeah, it's just take lockpicking over science. Lockpick. Camera is just a little janky. It's driving me nuts. Not the end of the world, though. Where did we come out at here? Guess we might have fought our way in. Oh, I know where we're at here. Have the quest yet, though. Alright. This is the Harbor Masters. Let's say how much.
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Who's this equipped on? Nobody. Yeah, see, there's... Oh, it's because I was only selling the hats. There's 4 areas. There we go.
you for your visit. See you soon.
Guy's broken. There you go. There's a chest up here. How do I get up to him? Someone is under the control of another faction than yours. Certain places are. A costume faction will allow you to track the guards. You can also try stealth, but if a guard spots you, it will result in a violent response. Damage your rep. Ah, it's one of those things. Okay. Or would I get an outfit is the question. Don't.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
I don't want to do that, that's for sure. Looks like we got two entrances here. I can't see anybody in there. Is there a person in there?
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
So... there's definitely a guy out there. I'm walking around in there. Keep them upstairs. You think there's a way to get upstairs from the outside, maybe?
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will... I'll just need to find the proper ingredients. But it's doable.
Well, do I have a Naut uniform? Torso. Got a sailor's coat. I don't know. Is that a Naut uniform? I don't know if that's a sailor's uniform, though. It doesn't say Naut uniform. It just says sailor's uniform or sailor's coat. Well, they're wearing a sailor's coat too. Stop doing that. I don't like that it makes you stand up. Damn it, I hate lockpicking. Told you, lockpicking is the way to go.
Here is the ship's... We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Out the window? See, I think there was a way we could go across to see something over here. Stay down. I got a key. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's a whole sailor's outfit there. So let's test this out. I guess that worked. Clear out the warehouse guards. What? Why do we need to clear out the warehouse guards? Wait, what? Clear out the warehouse guards. Is this the... Do we talk to the merchant? Maybe the merchant will have what we need. Need a bottle of brandy. Hispidus. Can you mark on your map? Okay. Sort. Craft. Yeah, where do I get this where do I get this stuff though?
Swamp! Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see. Have you seen any...
There we go.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Oh, I also need brandy. So merchant, definitely go to merchant. I didn't think you would have those items, to be honest. Okay. The bottle of brandy. So I'm assuming we get that at the tavern? Excuse me, miss.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I need a bottle. You would
Goodbye.
would think you would get a bottle of brandy from the barkeep. Merchant again?
You'll find all you need. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen any...
What, you could just buy these things? Or you could even buy just the metal dowels. I could have saved myself the coin, but I don't think I can fix it because I don't have the crafting skill. Bottle of brandy, thank you.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Alright, go to the merchant. Quest items are at the merchant also. It seems kind of weird, but it's not the... I guess it's not the end. But also wish they would kind of give you a hint if that's where they're at. You don't have to make a sleeping potion, you just straight up... Yeah. I think it was even cheaper. Well, I might have saved like 2 gold. Alright, drink laced with sleeping. And we have a sailor's outfit. I don't know why we gotta get in this place. We already changed the form can find the smuggler. Find the smuggler.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're your replacements. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Oh. I guess we didn't. Okay. I guess we didn't need the brandy. Damn it.
Captain, milady, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it all.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Alright, there we go. We are... Okay, that's what... That's why I find the smuggler. Well, I wasted the coin on the poison drink, but maybe it'll... No, the laced drink. Maybe it'll come in handy later. It didn't cost that much. It was only...
Madam,
Are you
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, didn't cost that much.
Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail with the tide. My cabin boy.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Ptolemy has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We of course refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a Captain Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
I wonder if that's the other... There's another guarded warehouse just to the right, guys, that I let off duty, so I think that's where the smuggler's being held. Like they're keeping all these paintings kind of out in the open if it rains. Oh, it's an opening. Someone blew a hole in the wall. I still don't know how to make... It says science has a file or something you can make. That lets you blow holes in walls. fifth one. Lockpicking would have much been... All the things that I made with science so far, I could have just bought. So far, like I said, there's like 5 chests that I can't find keys to, or don't seem to have the option for a key. That you need to have lockpicking one, so that stinks. Definitely feels like lockpicking would have been better. Could have saved to get science for later. I said science was definitely the way to go for a magic wielder, but maybe I shouldn't have trusted him. Maybe it's because you like making sure you have potions or whatever to refill your magic, but since it comes back during combat, it doesn't seem like a necessity. You just switch over to your melee, swing away for a little bit, and then shit. No, it's see lockpicking. Lockpicking. That's like 7 chests there. Yeah, we've lost a lot of loot. Damn it. It's like 8 chests. I'm glad I kept the sailor's outfit. They should have marked it like special.
I've seen a few escapes in my time, but I never thought I'd see someone go to all this trouble to break into a
Are you the smuggler?
How do you know I'm breaking it?
Here just to ask me that question. If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
How do you know I'm not just a naught?
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm in naught
I'm already
outfit.
locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They are trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
Probably gonna just help him out.
Imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your 2 Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Oh. When did I get a key?
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Okay.
It's blocked.
Well, shit. Should have gone through this way. Dragon blood resin. Hopefully they can sneak out this way now. See? Be smart about it. Okay, gotta go this way. How did I miss these? Oh, you weren't here before.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison. But reveal to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could. Forget what you have discovered, perhaps?
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back. Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Matthias, the founder of the mythical Ptolemy, and it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated. Or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
It'll be the end of you. Doesn't bother me. Thanks, man. Does that mean... I'm gonna say he is not gonna be happy? I don't think there's a way for me to spend this one. Guessing we're gonna have a negative reputation with this group.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Oh, I don't know.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
Oh, we still got one reputation. Alright.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Oh, his eyes look so weird. Ooh, level 4. Nice. Yeah, I think telling the truth probably... Like, I want to